What is bumpin', everybody? It's Alex from Goku or Go Home here. Just gonna let you all know this episode had a lot of technical problems, and it's kind of a miracle that we were able to get it salvaged at all. So if there's any weird cuts or audio level differences that wouldn't normally be there, we did our best. Things are still a little crazy, but hopefully you can enjoy the show. Thanks. Goku or Go Home returns, rising revengeance. My name is Alex, and I love it when you call me Big Sloppy.
Big ol' sloppy.
Big Sloppy. Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever called you that, to be honest.
Well, I mean, only my friends get to call me Big Sloppy.
Oh. Damn, I don't even know what to say to that.
You know what? We'll just call you Phoup, mildly offensive to his own race.
Like I usually do, but...
You know, you ever see those cartoons or whatever where they have, oh, I know my ancestors are smiling down upon me, and then the camera pans up and you see them, they're all like sitting in an ethereal plane or something, and they're all just like arms folded looking down sternly and shaking their heads side to side. That's your family.
My ancestors?
Yeah. A disappointment to your race. Welcome back to Goku or Go Home. This is an episode-by-episode recap of the original Funimation dub of Dragon Ball. But it's also special because for our beautiful, beautiful baby boy Phoup, it's his first time ever watching it. Last week's episodes were pretty jam-packed, so let's kick things off right away with this week's set, starting with episode 33, The Legend of a Dragon. And dude, what an introduction.
Yeah, I didn't expect this episode to be like this, but it was. I really liked it due to how the pace changed so much compared to the other episodes. Yeah, but it was kind of wild in itself due to.
Well, I think the thing that catches me off guard, like, immediately is usually when we get into a set like this, the narrator usually just starts off by catching you up to speed, like what happened last time or the story so far. This one is just Colonel Silver working out in a dark room. He is just getting sweaty, getting strong, getting huge.
Oh my word! I'm not gonna lie. That scene alone set me up for something. I don't know. My expectations rose so high. And I'll get to that later, but it was a cool scene though.
Yeah, and the narrator's talking about him. He's like, "Oh, he's such a bad guy. Look at him. He's working out in the dark. Oh, he's kind of hot. Like he's working it, right? Right?" And I'm like, "Hey, narrator, whatever floats your boat, but you know." Silver's doing some kind of weighted punch resistance training.
I remember seeing something like this before. I don't know how effective it actually is.
It looks like it would be pulling in a weird way because, like, it's like a big wall thing behind him, and he's punching forward, and he's got the handle in his arm, and then the strap goes all the way up to the top of the wall where there's weights kind of pulling them down. I feel like he should be pulling like downward, but he's pushing forward.
I'm pretty. I don't know. I've never actually went to a gym, and I never paid too much attention to class when it came to. Because in my high school, I think there was a period where they did teach you how to properly lift weights and stuff. I don't remember a single thing.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure this is an actual machine that actually works. I just. In my brain, the physics are like, no, that should be pulling his arms up, not like pulling them back. But maybe that is part of the punch resistance training. I don't know.
But like I said, I feel like someone has tried. I've seen it like Instagram or something where people were doing it like this. And of course, everyone in the comments were like having their own opinion on it. And they're like, that's not the right way to use the machine or how to train your muscles. Like, well, goddamn.
Well, Silver's training, he's not training for glam muscles or just to be strong. He's trained to kill.
No, he's training to punch a child. That's
Yeah.
what he's doing.
and train hard he does, because he punches so hard that it snaps the wire of the machine and it breaks that big weight right off the back.
Yeah, and I'm assuming these cables aren't just like your regular cables. These are like metal cables.
Yeah, they got to be like like wire, wrapped and coiled. No, he's pretty hardcore. He throws on some boxing gloves and he punches a hole in a punching bag.
Yeah,
like just one punch. Just
when I saw that scene, he had the boxing gloves on, and I was like, "Oh, this dude's a boxer."
Oh, he's got that strong punch.
Yeah, he got that strong punch, and then after that, he was kind of beating up the punching bag. We go to a quick scene where he's in a boxing ring.
These dudes, they all take him at the same time.
I'm pretty sure that's not what you're supposed to do in boxing, but I was expecting him to do the Muhammad Ali shuffle before he starts punching these guys. But he ends up just dodging like all of them and hitting them with like a counter.
It's all one hit too. Like he just goes bop, bop, bop. You're all down. Like they all suck, and he's like, I need better punching materials. We cut away from that, and it shows that Goku's just fine. The Nimbus saved him from Pilaf's exploding castle.
Nimbus, the coolest thing ever.
But is it bad that I already forgot how the episode left Goku? Like, for whatever reason, when I saw that tree and how Goku was still okay, my first thought was, how is he still with Chi-Chi picking flowers? Like, I thought that he just didn't even, like, meet the Ox King for whatever reason. I thought he was still gone.
For some reason, I didn't question why he was where he was at the moment, because when it went to the scene, the Goku, he was just chilling under a tree, right? Mm-hmm. They did that really quick, like, flashback to Goku just holding on to the airship for dear life.
And exploding.
And he's just and exploding. And it's on fire. The whole thing is orange and red.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming down hot. And the thing is, what made me laugh the whole time was Goku constantly yelling, Nimbus! Nimbus!
It was fucked up!
As he was falling. It wasn't until the Nimbus came and rescued him, until what? When it got covered up in smoke, and then you just see the Nimbus just coming out of the smoke with him.
It barely catches him. It saves him from the explosion. He's still in the explosion, but like he comes out of the explosion. But yeah, you point to that flashback, and then when he comes back from that flashback, he goes, "Oh yeah, that was scary." Like, come on, you almost died, dude. They just kind of glossed over it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Colonel Silver meets with the leader of the Red Ribbon Army, Commander Red, and he is immediately attacked by that cat.
Oh man, the more I see it, actually, that cat, the more I'm starting to hate that thing.
It's a pretty bastard cat, but General Red, he's kind of a bastard man, so.
Mm-hmm.
But General Silver, or Colonel Silver.
Before Colonel Silver got into the room, his boss with the cat was like, "Oh, you have some goddamn good reflexes. The guy before you lost an eye."
That's right.
and he doesn't have a job nonetheless now.
I think it implies that he fucking died.
Yeah.
I feel like Commander Red is the kind of person who would, "Oh, you failed? All right, you're dead." He does do a couple of things later on that I made note of, but yeah. he was very casual, like, "Oh, way to go. The last guy fucking lost an eye." Yeah, he doesn't flinch either. He just stands there, and then the cat swipes at him, and then like his face starts to bleed.
Mm-hmm.
He does that cool guy thing. And it was at this point that I made this note. Commander Red is hidden like some kind of Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget, where you only see his arm or something else every time he's on screen. But this is the first time that we get to see the back of his head, and he's got real red hair. Like, it's not orange hair, it's red hair.
I kind of put the pieces together when I saw the red hair and it's like Scottish accent or Irish accent.
Yeah.
What kind of accent was it? I don't know.
I think it's Scottish. I think he's trying to be Scottish at least.
Okay. And I'm like, okay.
Also revealed, they only need 4 more Dragon Balls. So they have 3 right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
To prove his point that he doesn't tolerate opposition, Red throws a knife that hits a marble statue behind Silver and straight up destroys it with a flick of his wrist. A marble statue gets pierced by a knife and crumbles. He even says, "You get the point, boyo," and laughs about it.
I was surprised he started freaking out when the knife was coming his way, when he had a whole ass animal flying both back and forth from his head.
Maybe the animal attacking him is something that happens literally every time, so he's like come to expect it, but the knife was new. In the meantime, Goku picks up the trail of a Dragon Ball and stops for a snack. And he's back in his element, he's swinging through trees, he's looking for food, and he gets some kind of fruit. But right before he's about to take a bite, a monkey steals it, and he gives chase, only to find out that she stole it for her little baby monkey son. And Goku's a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
He loves food, but he lets her have it so, she can feed her little baby monkey. And I keep saying her because this monkey has some shapely babungas. They did not need to draw this monkey this way.
Hunk of badonkas.
Yeah.
I did ask questions again.
No.
Let it happen.
Nah. Akira Toriyama did not need to draw these monkey titties, but he did for reasons that we are not going to be getting into right now. So let's just move on. The baby monkey gets so excited from all the fruit that he falls from the tree and splats on the ground and does not bounce.
I thought Goku was actually gonna save the monkey somehow,
Nope.
but no, he just splats.
Just like,
But at the same time, I didn't feel bad either, because I was like, this fucker was doing front flips on like the skinniest branch ever, or back flips. I mean,
he had it coming.
Yeah.
And to make matters worse, a panther appears, and the second that I saw it, I was like, wait, yes, an OG Goku moment. Pete is gonna be fucking pissed. Because this encounter isn't even fair. Goku beat up animals all the time before, and now he's got Master Roshi training. And even though he's super hungry, this is a curb stomp battle for him. Like, he fucked him up. Like, a lot. The monkeys seem to be able to understand Goku a bit, and as thanks for saving the baby, and the mother monkey now, a bunch more show up to give him fruit. Like, they just shower him with fruit.
Dude, I thought they were gonna just put a crown on him at this rate.
That would make him the Monkey King.
Yeah.
Just like Journey to the West.
That was gonna be the case, but nah.
Yeah, it's just a good monkey moment.
Yeah. And I was also wondering if we were gonna see more Hunkabadunkas within these monkeys.
Nope. There's only one. And the second that I saw the Red Ribbon Army start to approach on that forest, I knew exactly where the story was going. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be the environmentalist episode. Especially when Silver says, burn it down, I don't care. I'm like, oh, he's evil. Like, yeah, he was a bad guy before, but now he's just like, fuck the environment. Who gives a shit about the animals?
Man, guys, this thing, the whole place was on fire.
Yeah, as he gets into it, yeah, he sets the entire goddamn forest on fire. But at this point, the 5-star ball is in the forest and found by the monkeys. But of course, they don't understand what it's all about, and they start off afraid of it, and then they start playing with it, which is great.
It was like I've never watched the movie, but it's called The Monolith, right? And that's the scene that reminded me of, because the monkeys just kept looking at the Dragon Ball. And they were scared of it.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that was 2001, The Space Odyssey.
Yeah. I've never seen it, but I've only seen scenes of it,
Mm-hmm. Everyone knows the monkey scene.
Yeah. It's like a meme.
Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, much to my extreme pleasure, we get to go back to the Kame house. Krillin is doing 99 push-ups on the beach with 2 green turtles on his back, and Roshi as well, before he finally collapses. And Roshi hops off, and I had to immediately correct my notes, because he says it's 999 push-ups. Not only that, but he's also like, what? Is that all you got, boy? It's so good.
I thought Master Roshi was gonna be like, "That's all you got? That's all you got, Krillin? Do it again.
Do it again.
Start from the beginning." I was like, "Dang, that would have been really cool." But then again, I think Launch kind of saved
I
him
think
too,
Launch
'cause,
does save him with the snack.
uh-huh. After Roshi patronizes Krillin, launches at the window of the house and yells to them that it's snack time.
And
I
what's
didn't
the
know what
snack,
it
Phoup?
was. The snack was Launch's ass. Okay.
No, it was not that.
Okay.
The snack was a giant sundae.
Oh, okay. I think I watched the wrong episode.
I'm gonna need you to link that episode to me.
No, it was a huge Sunday actually, and I'm pretty. It was like a. It looked. I don't know. It didn't look like ice cream. It looked like shaved ice cream with like pink. What do you put on top of icing again? Shaved ice.
Oh, like
I forgot what it's called. Like syrup.
yeah, syrup.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me, and that's when Roshi took like one big bite and just gets like a brain freeze.
Yeah, maybe it is like a slushy or a shaved ice kind of
Mhm.
deal. While talking about Goku, Roshi says, in some sort of fashion, "Those balls won't fall into that boy's lap like mine." And I'm just like, fucking perfect.
He had it around his neck.
Krillin finally asks more about the Dragon Balls and wants to hear their history. And here's a cool concept. Master Roshi tells the story. Like, it's not just a narrator doing it. Master Roshi is telling the entire story of the creation of the Dragon Balls. And he says, "In the beginning, there was only one huge Dragon Ball filled with mystical energy. An ancient tribe found it and built a temple around it and placed it in the mouth of a brilliant dragon statue." Did you just get a phone call?
Yeah.
You fuck?
Huh. Oh, that's my bad. I thought it was on silent.
Dragon statue. That's where I was. Thieves attack, and they're trying to steal the mystical power for themselves, and to prevent this from happening, they split the ball into 7 and scatter them across the world. And knowing what I know about Dragon Ball and the Dragon Balls themselves, I find this story hilarious.
Oh, really?
Because it is wrong in every single aspect. Launch wants to know what everyone would wish for. Krillin wants ultimate strength. And Roshi gets a great read when he starts drooling at the prospects. He's like, "Oh, I know what I'd wish for." And Launch suggests, like, "Oh, what would you want to wish for, Master Roshi? A new shell? A bigger island? Maybe happiness and world peace?" And based Master Roshi says, "Oh, a piece of something, that's for sure."
After he says that, it pats to Krillin. And Krillin's just staring at Master Roshi. It's like, so much for heroism or something like that.
Oh, he's so good. Yeah, he's trying to harsh Roshi's vibe, and for that he has to go down a peg. But
Yeah.
when Roshi tells him to go out and earn his muscles the old-fashioned way, he just kind of jumps out the window instead of using the door.
I think that's probably really rude, but at the same time, how can you not when the window is that big and that close to you?
Oh, I was like, "Oh man, Krillin, you kind of suck." And then he's like, "Okay, I gotta go train." And then he jumped out the window. I'm like, "Okay, Krillin, you don't suck anymore." Launch says that she knows what she would wish for if she had a wish, but we don't get to peek into her mind, and I don't know if we ever do.
You wanna take a wild guess? I kind of felt like I instantly knew what it was. So you probably know it, right? Just no, maybe she does get a wish, maybe she doesn't. But she does. I predict she would want to split her personalities.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
So you think that's how they're gonna play that story out?
Maybe if Launch ever gets the opportunity, because I don't know how long Launch actually stays relevant.
She stays in the greater Dragon Ball mythos for a while, so
Oh, really? Okay.
at least for the entirety of Dragon Ball, there's a joke that was made. I don't remember exactly when it was, but early into Z in Dragon Ball Abridged, they go like, "Hey, remember when we used to do stuff? Yeah. Remember this? Yeah. Remember launch?" And then it cuts to her, and she's like at a bar, like depressed. And they're like, "Who?"
Oh, but
So she gets utilized a little more in Dragon Ball. I know that much, in pretty good ways.
gotcha.
We get back to monkeys playing with the Dragon Ball, and they're tossing it around, and it bonks one of them in the head.
Oh man, that monkey should have died.
Well, that monkey survived. You know why?
Mm, boy.
Monkey business.
Oh.
You walked into it. Come on.
Because the more I see the Dragon Ball in this episode, the more I realize how dangerous the ball itself could become.
It's resilient. I will give it that much. Yes, this is where the Red Ribbon Army starts tearing the forest down, and we get this great line from some random soldier where he's talking about how the actual ribbon that's with their uniform comes out of their paycheck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a really weird peek into the inner workings of their lives, and I'm kind of in love with this.
It's because we related to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get a shirt for work. Oh, cool. You have to pay for it. That's not cool at all. The monkeys drop the Dragon Ball, and it hits the soldier on the head, and he's like, "I think I smell a promotion." But when the monkey runs off with the ball, their first instinct is to just start unloading the clip. Like, okay, you have a gun, and a monkey runs past you. A monkey runs past you and takes your wallet, let's say. Are you going to shoot that monkey?
Personally, no. No, I'm not.
Precisely.
Because if you get, I haven't mentioned this, have I? Because back in Laos, so for village, we actually have monkeys there.
You've told me this, but you have not said it on the show.
Ah, okay. So I don't remember where exactly in Laos, but where my aunts and my uncles from, basically like where my grandma's like old villages as well. My grandma lived in the countryside and then moved to like the city and stuff like that when she got married. But in the village, there's monkeys there, guys. Like just in your everyday life. It's like the monkey village that you see on those YouTube videos in Japan or something like that. It's kind of similar to that. They're still pretty scared of people, of course. But they know that if you have food, it's most likely that you're giving them the food. Because it's almost like a tourist attraction there, too, in a way. I think one of my favorite stories, I wasn't there because it was only meant for my little brother to go with the family at the time. I forgot what I was doing.
Drugs?
Maybe. There's two stories. Recently, my dad, in 2018, my stepmom and my little brother and my grandma went back to go visit all the family members in Asia. And while they were feeding, you know how easy it is? You ever got pantsed by a monkey?
I can safely say that I've never been pantsed by a monkey.
Well, that's what happened to my dad. As my dad's trying to hold my little brother and try to give them food, the monkeys were like trying to climb up on him and taking the food from his hand and from my little brother's hand. But as they're trying to climb up on him, they just pants my dad and they just run off. Because basketball shorts are pretty easy to take off.
Fucking pranked.
I think one of my favorite story or my experience was for some reason back in 2008, all the monkeys decided to climb one damn tree. And
that's an omen.
And monkey. And there's a lot of fucking monkeys here, guys. And that was one big tree. And the more I saw them climb this tree, the more and more I see that tree about to launch someone.
It's slowly bending backwards.
It's slowly bending backwards. And whatever monkey was at the tip was about to see the moon. But fortunately, at the same time, the tree snapped. I've never seen so many monkeys scatter from a single place.
Have you ever squashed a spider that was like pregnant with more spiders, and then like they'd all kind of swarm out?
Oh god, no! I've not a spider, but maybe like a beetle. I think as a kid or something like that.
Yeah,
not
that's
a beetle.
What I
it was something. Yeah. Ugh.
You squash a giant monkey, and then a bunch of little monkeys come out of it.
And what's even funnier, a year later, I was taking pictures of the monkeys, and our vacation. I found a picture of a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
I was showing my friends. Now this is a little weird, but it's still one of the funniest things I ever did with my friends when it came to pictures. I started zooming in on the monkey, and I kept zooming in, and then eventually I kept zooming in on the chest.
You were into it.
The monkey's nipples were like 2 inches long.
So yeah, you were into it.
Yeah, I was like, is this normal for monkeys? and this was on the school bus too, and all my friends on the school bus and were just question. We were laughing, but then for the rest of the school bus, it was just quiet.
Because you know what happened, right? Literally everyone on that bus that saw the picture, they were thinking about it. You know that they were thinking about it. Quiet contemplation.
I don't know. I think it's because I was just comparing my nipples to the monkey. It's like, damn.
You pulled up your shirt and then you had the picture right next to it. You were like, what do you think? Does this look normal to you?
Yeah. So that's, I don't know, monkeys. They're pretty interesting to watch if you see them in your life, but they're not too exciting once you like cohabitate with them. According to my aunt, you guys kind of just see them. They're like your neighbors and stuff.
small humans.
Yeah.
In Dragon Ball, as the monkey gets away, Colonel Silver gets into the fray and just orders the forest to be torched, and they're going nuts with this. Like, everyone's got flamethrowers, they're driving tanks into the forest.
Yeah, it was like a scene from World War II.
Yeah, Goku shows up and says, "Hey, stop burning the forest!" And this guy with the flamethrower is like, "Oh yeah? Make me!" And Goku makes him.
The voice for the guy who told him to make him stop, I always wonder if they always hired new people to voice them. Or if they just try to imitate a voice that they'll never really use, or use something similar.
I almost guarantee that was probably like some, one of the actors. Let's just pretend that it was Master Roshi's voice actor putting on a different voice for some rando background character that you're never going to look up.
Yeah,
it saves money.
I think when I looked at voice acting for some of the Nickelodeon cast, like SpongeBob,
mm-hmm.
I'm amazed at... No, my bad. Well, yeah, them too, but who I was thinking of was Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. He voiced multiple characters, if I can recall, in the show. Yeah. And it made me realize that you don't have to hire a single person per character.
Oh yeah, that's pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like famously, the guy that does the voice for Bugs Bunny, or who did the voice for Bugs Bunny a long time ago, Mel Blanc.
Yeah.
He did the voice for like every Looney Tunes character.
What?
Like, there was a point in time when he was like literally every single one, and he would like switch between the voices like it was no big deal for him. Billy West in Futurama does Fry and Farnsworth and Zap Brannigan.
Man, I have not heard that name Futurama in so long.
It's just it's just something to think about.
Yeah. No, and due to Doofenshmirtz, it made me realize that it opens my horizon on the field of voice acting. And then I later went to go watch how people, or how of a profession it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one that I like to watch is, I don't remember his name at the moment, but we can come back to this.
All right.
If we have to. Yeah, this is gonna bother me.
I'll let you think about it, because my next note is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Well, Goku fights, they show a bunch of monkeys with bandages all over them. And at first I was thinking, oh, they're catching their breath after escaping, and this is just kind of like a cartoony way of showing that they've been beaten up. No! They've been captured and are being interrogated by Silver's men. Like, he shows up and he goes, "So where is it?" And the soldier says, "We've searched them, sir."
They gave the monkeys a pat down.
They give the monkeys a pat down, and they like interrogated and tortured the monkeys.
Oh my god. Oh, actually no. I was in that perception too, where they kind of got away and they're just chilling and resting because, and then they zoomed out. They lined up on a rock.
Almost like it looks like a firing squad. Almost.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh god.
Goku crushes the tank with a big old rock, which gets the attention of Colonel Silver. And Goku recognizes him as the guy who attacked the Ox King. And Stone Cold Silver says, "My name is Silver. Pleased to kill you." Which is hard. Like, what a badass. And before they throw down, the monkey carrying the Dragon Ball swings by, and Silver does the coolest thing I think we've seen a villain do in this entire franchise. He orders a soldier to toss him a rifle and makes what they claim to be an impossible shot without missing a beat. Like, he's like, "You, soldier, give me your rifle." Takes it, points it, shoots a branch right before the monkey can catch it, and it makes the monkey fall off a cliff. It was fucking badass.
Yeah, it was like a really big ravine. Like, think of like a Minecraft ravine and a roaring river at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this all happened in like boom, boom, boom. Like, here we go. And of course,
it was a really cool scene. Yeah.
And of course, Goku, he makes the dive and he catches the monkey by the tail, but the Dragon Ball falls off into the water. And I guess Dragon Balls float. Like, it's flowing downstream on the river surface, and you know, like, the Dragon Ball's a jewel, right? Like, I assume that it's kind of hefty. I don't know. It's like the size of an apple, right? But like a stone or some kind of hard material.
I was thinking like a pomegranate.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Point is, I never expected it to float. I think resting at the bottom of the river and traveling along there, that would probably fit a little better. But I mean, hey, it looked real nice drifting off into that sunset while gleaming like that. So I guess that's why they did it. Either way, that's where the episode ends, and it leaves Goku hanging over a cliff. A cliffhanger, if you will. And the narrator's like, "Oh, that's a long way down, and the only way out is up with Colonel Silver." And I'm sitting there thinking, like, guys, Goku has the Nimbus. This is a non-issue.
Yeah, but I kind of accept that he wasn't going to call it for the effects.
Yeah. But that brings us into episode 34, Cruel General Red. And the narrator starts off by going over what happened in the previous episode, and he's just littering the recap with puns. He's like, "Silver's plan misfired," and "Goku saved them by a tail." Also, he calls the monkeys crafty chimps. And I find chimp to be a funny word. So I'm just like, yeah, chimp. Listen here, you fucking chimp. See, it's a funny word, right?
Yeah, I was also thinking about the monkeys, because I was like, what color was their butts again? It was like
a peach tone.
Yeah, it was like a peach tone. The monkeys back in the village, their butts were like bright red.
Hey, you noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Can't stop
staring
at them.
You really couldn't miss. It was weird because you never seen a body part on a person or an animal just so red. You know, it's like it's like the red thing on a chicken's face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what that's called.
I know that this.
No.
I don't remember what it is called.
Nah, it's okay.
But yeah, I don't know if this means anything to you, but MS Paint Red is the term that I use for that extremely vibrant, like eye-gougingly bright red. But yeah, that's what I've seen. I've seen those monkey asses. Once again, I have to hand it to the Dragon Ball background artists because there are some awesome shots here of the cliffs at sunset that are really something else. Like, this show sometimes really is just a feast for the eyes. And we also get to see some more of the scope of the Red Ribbon Army's resources because they've got an entire armada of ships out in this river looking for the ball.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that the attention to details on some of the actions too. because for some reason I felt like with some cartoons they're just gonna have the guy like do a full dive into the water. No, he just falls back like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the full scuba suit and everything. I never
Mm-hmm.
quite understood why you're supposed to do that, but I do know that that's like the proper way to do it.
I've never been scuba diving. It was a class in my high school as well, or at least like a club managed by one of the teachers. And I think he said it was to, if someone can explain, or if I can just do quick Google search or something. I think it's just safer to do it that way because you have the tank on your back,
Mm.
and maybe if you go forward, the tank can maybe hit you
Oh,
in the back of your head.
yeah, I that sounds about right because yeah, if you were to say jump in and you kind of hunched up your shoulders, the tank might jab you in the back of the head. Meanwhile, if you go backwards, the force of the water will push it back to your tuchus.
Yeah.
I see. No, that
So
actually makes sense now.
that's my guess.
Back in Dragon Ball World, Goku's hanging out with those chimps, and they are incredibly grateful for being rescued. And the mom chimp offers Goku a banana, and Goku, the fucking throat goat, downs that sucker in a single motion. Like, whew, kid's got skills.
I kind of want to snack on a banana while we do this podcast.
You gonna try to throat that banana? Hey, listen.
Don't worry, I can wait after we're done.
Okay. A storm picks up and it really throws a wrench into everyone's plans. So the army's forced to stop because the river gets too wild, and Goku has to wait out the storm in a cave. And all the while, the Dragon Ball travels further and further downstream, just getting away from everybody.
Trying to scuba dive during a storm sounds horrifying.
In a river too.
Yeah. So the body of water is constantly on the move too. It's emotion, so you could get swept away.
Yeah, get that guy out of the water right now.
I think I couldn't hear the announcement too much from the loudspeaker on the boats where they're like evacuate or like
I think they were
something, and I'm like, how the boat's literally rocking back and forth like no tomorrow. I think he would have died if he tried to get on the boat.
You know, this is a children's program, so I don't know how else to tell you this. That guy totally died. I do like how serious Silver is about his job. Like, he plans literally everything out, so you know that it'll be great when Goku beats him with fucking chimp tactics. Fucking guerrilla warfare.
I think it's, like I said, it's a nice change of pace compared to Pilaf. But also, it's really cool because he's really prideful because he considers himself a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a very different kind of feeling. You know, we've had people that were like, "Oh, I'm a serious fighter," but no, he's a professional. That's a good way to put it.
Like this is what he knows.
This is my job. I'm good at it, and I won't take no for an answer. The next morning, them Red Ribbon boys are just tearing apart this river area because, remember, their radar is not as sophisticated as the Dragon radar that Bulma built. So Goku just flies right overhead, right past him, and he's like, these guys fucking suck. Two of Silver's goons are just lazing about, and one's a cowboy type, and the other one's a literal wolf man. And of course, Silver wouldn't abide by them like taking a nap or whatever, so he just kind of runs by and shoots at them very casually, and then drives away.
Yeah, I thought it was a really cool way to handle your subordinates. Because even he was like, I have no time for excuses. Just get back to work, you know.
But
he doesn't like berate them too much because he doesn't have the time.
He essentially just kind of drives by and shoots them. Just like.
But I also, if I was in his shoes, I probably would do the same because I have this mentality where it's like not everyone will be the same. So the most you can do is just correct them or like correct them to get them back to work instead of just trying to fire them or something.
Oh, he'll fire them.
Oh yeah, literally.
Goku shows up and he just kind of waltzes past these mooks and just brazenly shows off that his far superior Dragon Ball radar can, like, he's doing it right in front of them. And and he finds the ball in no time. And not only that, but Goku is disappointed that this ball has too many stars on it.
Yeah, he's looking for Grandpa's balls.
Oh, yeah. His
Yeah.
grandpa's glorious, perfectly round ball, shimmering and glistening in the morning sun, that smells so sweetly of... You know what? Never mind. Goku really doesn't need this Dragon Ball is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
But when the goon asks for it, Goku smartly asks what they want it for first, and Goku's learning, and I like that.
I literally thought, because even the goons asked, "How did you find the Dragon Ball?" I thought Goku was just gonna nonchalantly be like, "I have a Dragon Radar," but I think he learned his lesson from when it got stolen.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
Though I wouldn't put it past the show to do a goof part and have it go like, "Oh, my good friend Bulma, who lives at this address."
Yeah. Like, I thought something like that was going to happen. So I was really happy that Goku was mindful of it, you know?
Mm-hmm. And when they demand the ball, Goku says, "Bad touch," and decks the cowboy in a single blow.
Mm-hmm.
And the Wolfman pulls that strap and starts blasting. But Goku... even better than last time, actually manages to dodge every single shot. Goku is fucking learning.
Yeah, he's really learning. Did you know that when Goku showed up in front of these two, the guy had a gun on the child the whole time already?
I guess I didn't see when he pulled the gun initially, but yeah, he...
Oh, yeah, I don't think it shows him pulling it out, but he definitely had it the whole time when Goku showed up. And when Goku was punching the wolf guy, this is when I was like, for sure, the Dragon Ball itself can be used as a weapon.
Like, just crush their skull.
He could throw it. He could use it to hit people like a rock. He could put it in a sock.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm like, I think that's a valid way of keeping at least one Dragon Ball, if not two.
Dragon Ball nunchucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, after knocking these dummies out, Goku flies off on the Nimbus looking for the next ball, and the cowboy dude calls Colonel Silver about the news, and without hesitation, he rushes out of his house base thing with a rocket launcher, and immediately fires at Goku and blows up the Nimbus.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, Colonel Silver is the most evil of all the villains.
Oh, it was so fast. I thought Goku was out, but nope. Moment Colonel Center comes out, he sees the little shit in the sky.
He's like, what? A fucking boy on a cloud? All right, fine. Boom. Got him. Yes.
When he pulled out that it was like a javelin. When he pulled it out, it just brought me back to Modern Warfare days where you can just shoot it at anything. Mm-hmm. Lock it onto one place, lock it on a player, lock it on inside of a building. Granted, it's not the smartest thing, but you can do it.
He's like, I would have given this show so much fucking credit if he ran outside and he's like, "Oh, they're so high up." And then he pointed it at the ground and rocket jumped his way up there. But no, that didn't happen.
Too. Oh, man.
That didn't happen. Mm-mm. The Nimbus fucking explodes, and Goku is very upset. And Silver's got it all figured out. He knows that Goku has a better radar and wants to know more, but of course Goku's not going to give up the goods. And so, Silver says, "Foolish," and takes off his jacket to fight.
I was expecting the jacket to weigh.
Oh, like a heavy jacket?
10,000 pounds. So the moment it landed, the ground just shook.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been pretty cool, but it did not happen. But the scene itself was cool because, like we mentioned before, it was like the Yakuza scene where you take off your coats. That's what happened. It didn't show his back, though, but it did show how he's not, like, shredded, I would say. He's really toned and built, like, really bulky.
Yeah, he's definitely got mass to him.
Yeah, mass. That's the word I was looking for.
Two things. One, you said it would be cool if his jacket weighed a bunch, and then you had that cool scene of it crushing the ground. Mm-hmm. I have good news for you about the future. Two, cool. My next note literally said, "Man, I'd give anything to have like the screen slow down and have the Colonel Silver, Captain of the Red Ribbon Army, slam onto the screen.
Oh, that was so cool.
And I think I should probably get on that if I have the time. Silver rushes Goku and steals his bundle of things, but then Goku takes it right back in an instant, which surprises him, but now Silver's like, can't underestimate you now. So even the bad guys are kind of learning that, like, oh, wait, maybe even though Goku is, like, a toddler, he shouldn't be treated as such. That being said, Goku knocks the wind out of him with a single kick, and we get this good line from him. He's like, he kicks like a donkey.
There was a hole in his stomach.
And not wanting to give up, Silver starts attacking. But this is where, remember, I had come up with the theme Danger Shenanigans, that song, the one with the little mouth harp. It starts playing.
Yeah.
And Goku's just like dodging without even looking or stopping his slow walking pace. He's just kind of like bobbing his head back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's had enough, Goku jumps into the air and just bitch slaps Silver with his tail, and it makes that like really hard hitting Dragon Ball sound.
Yeah, probably the one that notifies you. It's the hardest one.
It's like
because I learned that there's like different sound effects for how hard they hit.
Mm-hmm.
This one was like a critical hit noise you would hear in Pokemon.
It reminds me of in Super Smash Brothers the baseball bat theme or the cring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a hard
more
hit.
accurate. Yeah.
It smokes Silver. Like, he gets knocked the fuck out in an instant. And Goku's first course of action is to rob Silver blind of his capsules. Pure Goku is now gone. Our pure boy has turned to a life of crime and villainy.
I was surprised by Goku's critical thinking because he didn't have the Nimbus, so he was like, oh, he must have some pods laying around.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes into the house and he finds like 8 pods, 12 pods, I think.
It's like a nice variety pack.
Yeah, and he throws one. He throws one. It's always the stupid comments. He throws
the one, but what is it? He's specifically looking for the capsule with the flying cloud in it.
Yeah.
But yes, what does he find?
That one also got me as well. Oh man, how did I forget? I think it's because this one got me even more. They hit me for 1-2. He's like, oh, I hope there's a capsule of a flying cloud. And then he's like, well, I better start just throwing them until I find it.
Mm-hmm.
He throws the first one. It's a robot. It's a menacing looking robot. It's got like a square body, a square head with 2 antennas, and the arms are really thin and rod like, with like claws.
Yeah, he's got claws though, yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of panned on the robot, and it made me think, are they gonna fight?
I thought it was like,
no, they didn't.
Like a mech
they didn't
suit.
Fight.
Yeah, I thought it was like a mech suit.
I was like, no. Is he gonna ride the robot all the way there on his shoulders? But no, it gets even better because Goku was like, hey, I need to go that way and points.
Yeah.
And then the robot just stands there. It's like, they go that way.
I laughed so fucking hard.
Oh man.
Yeah, this robot, he's totally only here to get Goku places. Like, he doesn't have the Nimbus anymore, so he's like, oh man, I gotta go that way. And so he's like, take out the capsule labeled number 8, and I'll fly the plane. That's
he then grabs the one that the robot instructed him. It was like 8 or something 8. I don't know. He throws it, and he's like, that's a plane. I don't know how to fly a plane.
You fucking stupid.
And then the robot's like, I'll fly the plane.
The robot also sounds like bored?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact word I'd use to describe it, but when Goku asks, I need to go that way, he kind of stops for a second and he goes, then go that way. Like, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's not like then go that way, or it's not sarcastic.
It wasn't like
it's
sarcastic.
literally just then go that way.
That's probably why it got me. Oh man,
I cannot get over the fact that Goku just straight up jacked this plane and robot from knocked out Colonel Silver.
yeah.
All while his goons keep looking for the Dragon Ball. They don't know any of this happened.
Oh yeah. Eventually they do take off, right, with the robot piloting.
Yeah, he takes off.
And they watch, and they see all the soldiers still looking for the Dragon Ball, and Goku is like, "Oh, I guess they haven't noticed that the Dragon Ball's gone."
These guys are fucking mooks.
and as they fly away, we go back to like, what do they call the boss? The General?
Commander Red.
Commander Red. Yeah. It goes back to Commander Red, right, with the cat, unless I'm mixing him up with someone. They go back to him, and this is when they, like, the first time they really show his face.
Yeah, it's getting to that point. As he's going north, they kind of pull back and go like, "Oh, what's going on? One of his ships is heading to General White's position."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they call Silver to get more information, and this is where we get a close-up of Staff Officer Black. Like, we've seen him before, but now we get a close-up on him, and I'm like, yeah, there's no excusing this kind of design, so I had to make a note here. Staff Officer Black has those big red lips and everything. That's a really racist caricature of black people. Mm-hmm. And Japan does not have the same racial issues that we had, so they don't see that as a problem. They just see it as a design.
Yeah.
Not as like a caricature in poor taste. If you remember in Pokemon, the Pokemon Jinx had the black face with the big lips and the big bulging eyes, and they actually changed it to be purple instead of black.
I think I remember seeing a video about that too, where it wasn't supposed to be representing. Jinx was supposed to look like representing a black person, you know? Mm-hmm. I thought it was supposed to represent those. I never know how to say this name, like Gairu.
Yeah, it's like
girls?
the blonde-haired tan girls that have like the really gaudy makeup and flashy fashion. Yeah, that's what it's like supposed to be.
Japanese versions of like drag queens, right? Something like that. Not drag queens. I don't know what it's called.
I mean, that's like the level of makeup and everything, and how like it's. Point is, like, yeah, that was supposed to be that.
Point is, they had to change it later,
and they didn't. That's just the thing. They didn't see what was wrong with the original design because they didn't have any issues with that before.
Mm.
So yes, Staff Officer Black is currently kind of a racist caricature, and that's not okay. And I just wanted to make sure that we made a note of that. We here at Goku or Go Home do not condone that kind of design. I mean, maybe you do. I don't. But yes, Officer Black relays the information to Commander Red, but I don't care about any of that because Commander Red has an adorable hippo painted in his office. I don't know if you saw that in the background.
No, I think I missed that, actually.
It's a real fat, cute-looking hippo. And also, yes, this is the first time that we get to see Red's actual face, and he is pretty tough-looking. He's got a pipe and an eye patch, and I like it. But also, I just like characters with eye patches, so I'm pretty biased.
The more I see his cat, the more I start disliking it. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why. I just don't know why.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, if it was maybe it's because it looks. I don't know. It just looks feral.
Yeah.
If it was like Nargacuga, that would have been pretty cool.
If it was from Monster Hunter, it would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Maybe it's because I just can't figure out what this thing is. I just keep saying it's a cat, but part of me is like denying it too. You know,
it's like a cat, but yeah, you're right. It's more feral than a cat.
Yeah.
But Red, he wants Goku dead so he can have the balls, but also he calls Silver a weakling. So that kind of gives you an understanding of the hierarchy here. You know, Silver has goons, but this guy, you know, he's saying like Silver ain't shit anymore.
Yeah, I assume that this organization was based off of like a military hierarchy, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as an army, I would assume, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like feel like Colonel Silver will have a hard time because wait, this is where Colonel Silver had to go meet the boss, right? Because he failed to get the
Not
Dragon
quite,
Ball.
not quite.
Okay.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
The
Okay.
part where we're at is Goku in the plane freezing because it's so cold
Oh
outside,
yeah.
and the robot mocks him for being too susceptible to heat and cold immediately before getting so cold that his servos lock up and he shuts down.
Yeah, because at one point it's the flight gets a little silent, right? And Goku looks at his dragon radar. It's like, oh, we need to land, and stuff started getting suspicious. You know, it's like, hey, robot, do you hear me? We need to land. And I was like, oh, did the robot get like hijacked? Is it taking him to the boss now or something? And as I said that, the robot's like, circuits freezing. And I'm like, oh, I was like, oh god. And then the plane starts going down just ever so slightly, but still going just as fast. So they're passing like mountains and hills, and it just zooms in on the robot's face as he's about to crash this plane with a child in the back.
Goku's been through a lot.
I love this robot. Oh my word.
Unfortunately, the robot literally explodes.
Yeah, with the plane once they land.
Like, there is nothing left but like scrap metal by the time that they find him. The Red Ribbon armies, yeah, they overhear the crash and they go check it out, and we see Goku is completely frozen over in the snow. Like, he's shiny and covered in ice. And, you know, for just having survived a plane crash, he's looking pretty good.
Yeah. Kid's like either built really tough or he's like
he's built different.
Yeah, he's like he's so relaxed that his body doesn't take on impact. Because oh man.
Do you go limp before a crash or do you tense up? Do you brace?
That's actually like something I remember studying. That drunk drivers survive a lot of crashes because of how like relaxed their body is from being drunk, you know. So they're just like all slingy and stuff, and like as bad as drunk driving is, like I hate that, you know. But it's crazy how often they survive too, like the chances, you know.
Yeah. So at this point, Goku gets carried off by someone much smaller than a Red Ribbon soldier, and we're kind of left to wonder who that is. Meanwhile, Silver is brought before Commander Red and his elite guard of butlers. And yes, this is the point where you were talking about, where...
Yeah, I, for some reason, didn't see them as butlers. I thought of them as, like, as this specific army that works under him. That not even, like, Colonel Silver should mess
his elite
with.
Force, yes.
Yeah. Like, no one knows about him.
That's... I don't know, they... you know, Staff Officer Black has this kind of butler look. He's got the pinstripe pants, he's got the... like the waistcoat on, and these guys are dressed in like the same outfit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I assume that they're like his elite guard or whatever.
Oh man, and this is like, I don't know what they were gonna do with Colonel Silver here. That they were gonna just shoot him off the bat because he failed, and this is where he was asking for like a second chance, you know. And they're like, we don't give second chances here, Colonel Silver. Mm-hmm. Like, dang, that's really tough here.
And yeah, it does look like he's either going to be removed or they're going to do something terrible to him. And as they walk up to him, he goes, "Don't touch me!" And then he just leaves on his own accord.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ambiguous as to what they're going to do to him. To me, it looks like one of those things where it's like, "Come on, Colonel, it's time for your final walk or whatever." And it's like, I can walk myself, you know.
You're off the case.
Yeah, I can see myself out, essentially. We also get to see the shot of the big tower and the new member of the army, General White, and he's this big guy with white and silvery hair and a voice that I could only describe as Russian-esque. Like, it's not quite a stereotypical Russian accent, but it's kind of in there in that direction.
Like, it's like in that area. I remember maybe like Siberian or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember playing GTA 4 and Nico. Everyone thought he was Russian, but no, he was like Siberian or something.
Mm.
Yeah.
And he orders to find Goku and get their Dragon Ball, and they pick up on his trail pretty quickly because he was kind of dragged out while being frozen, so he leaves a nice like snail trail kind of.
Yeah, it's a really long snail trail too, and how the snail trail was created is because this girl named
Well,
I forgot her.
we don't get her name yet. We just see
Well,
this.
I just forgot.
She's this red-haired girl, and she's got this big old Russian fur cap, and it's a good
That
look.
was really such a good look. I was like predicting that Goku would get an outfit like that because he's freezing to death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the narrator makes the girl seem like she might somehow be dangerous, but I mean, like, come on, Goku's frozen solid. She could just leave him there if she wanted him dead or something. And also, the episode was called Cruel General Red. But he really didn't do anything terribly cruel in this episode. I mean, like, he had Silver thrown out of the army, or had him followed when he left on his own. Like, I don't know. Yeah, he's a jackass and he's mean, but I don't think he's, like, necessarily cruel.
Oh, man. So, in this set of episodes, I think this is where it actually starts slowing down for me.
Yeah.
A little bit in terms... Like, there was a lot more action, but for me, there was not much attention to detail I was like... My eyes was too sharp on. I don't know. The first two episodes so far, I just want to mention... I had a lot of fun watching. These two were kind of...
So, I want to say,
a little bit
like...
slow for me.
I want to say that we are exact opposites then, because the first
Really?
set they were fine, they were good, chimps, whatever. But the second that he gets into Russia, essentially, I was like, oh, this is a little different. We haven't seen a snowy area in Dragon Ball before. This is interesting. I want to see more about what happens here. So I think it's really funny that we kind of tagged out.
I did appreciate the new setting because I love snowy settings. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know. I just didn't think too much of them. That doesn't mean I didn't like them though.
Exactly.
Because there was some stuff I still like. This is just where it starts slowing down for me in this set here.
So yes, getting to the second half of episodes with episode 35 in Cold Reception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made the note. I like that we are in Dragon Ball's version of Russia now. And it's really it's really different from what we're used to. And the red-haired girl has escaped into a blizzard with a Goku sickle. And General White is not happy about getting updates. Like, he really only cares about the results. So it's a different feel from Colonel Silver, where he wants to be updated on everything. He wants...
I like that, though.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. If you're only expecting a result without the process, then you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. But if Colonel Sanders...
Colonel Sanders!
Why did I say Colonel Sanders? I meant Silver. I meant Colonel Silver.
Excellent.
Oh, no.
Fantastic work.
With Silver, I would say I like having updates myself constantly because the more information, the more updates you can base on the next move, depending on the information that you recently received, Mm-hmm. But there are a couple times where Colonel Silver was annoyed with some of the updates, but he still likes them though. Because I think there was one scene before with the monkeys in the first episode in the set where they're like, Colonel Silver, we found the Dragon Ball, but the monkeys have it. And then he was angry. He's like, must I do it myself? Which was...
That's the other thing, too.
Cool. Yeah.
Because he wants that information, but he's getting it too late. So he's like, you guys are incompetent, I will just do it myself. And on this side, we've got General White, who's like, stop talking, or stop giving me these updates, just get the results. I'm going to stay up here in my tower.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the nice little dynamic between the two.
But then again, I guess it also depends on the level, because he is a general, and he probably has his own colonels.
Possibly.
That's like Colonel Silver to do that. But Colonel Silver was putting in some work.
He was putting in the work.
He probably would have been done by now if there wasn't such a monkey boy getting in his way.
Probably, yeah. Also, General White just flagrantly drinks on the job.
Yeah.
Yes, he is flagrantly drinking on the job, and he wonders if he should fire his whole army and just hire Goku instead, since he's been doing a great job of avoiding all their goons. And yes, this is where we get introduced to the red-haired girl and her mother. Her name is Suno, and I believe it is just a Japanese pronunciation of snow.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Suno.
Yeah.
And all the names in Dragon Ball are like puns, so she wants to keep Goku. I only assume it's because Goku pulls, like Master Roshi. Like,
Oh.
how many little girl characters has he met so far? Like, so far only 2, right? Chi-Chi and Suno.
Chi-Chi
But
and
both of
Snow.
them are like, oh wow, Goku's so great, I want him forever. And they're very casual about Goku almost dying in this part. They're like,
Oh.
yep, I was on my way home and happened to find you lying there. You'd be dead for sure. Frozen stiff. Should have died in the crash. Any longer and we couldn't thaw you out. Like, Jesus, way to rub it in, people.
Then again, I'm pretty sure they're just used to seeing people die.
Oh, this place is great, except for when people die all the time.
Because I don't think if you're not used to the cold winters, you should probably not be there.
Goku mentions that he's looking for a Dragon Ball, and they panic because they think that he's a Red Ribbon soldier. So, yeah, they're causing a lot of trouble.
Mhm.
Speaking of soldiers, we get a fantastic scene of a pair driving their tank and coming to a screeching halt before it goes off a cliff. And when they finally stop, this guy says, "Soldier, look in the back for an extra pair of shorts."
oh, how did I forget about that one?
And from up on top of that cliff, they spot the village that Goku went to, and it immediately cuts to them to just unloading their guns at this old couple's house for no reason. They're just like shooting everything they can.
I think it's like just their tradition, because that's what they did when they first introduced the Red Army.
I suppose, yeah, they went to that one house. And...
yeah, that one house.
But yeah, like, they were already terrified. They know nothing about Goku. Like, these people, they're old. They're gonna die soon anyway. Don't scare them like that. Meanwhile, Goku gives a recap of how the Dragon Balls work, and how they summoned the dragon before, and this entire part here is just filler. So I understand why maybe you didn't like this part here, because it's literally a clip show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's lazy, and I didn't forget. I guess maybe if you were watching this as initially intended, like after school on Toonami, you're watching it day by day, maybe it would have been long enough that you've forgotten about it, but I don't know.
I see. I don't know, I was just kind of just chilling and watched it. I just was just appreciating the new characters, the new character designs. Because one of the newer soldiers I really like, I don't think we've gotten to him yet, but I forgot I don't even know if he has a name, but he basically has like these big goggles and wears the like scarf around his face.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, I just really dig this snowy area.
They got cool outfits. They got it's a different area and cool design, stuff like that. We also learned that the Red Ribbon Army has kidnapped the village chief, and they're forcing villagers to search for the Dragon Ball. But they can't fight back because they have, and I quote, weapons, which I found just funny enough to laugh. I was like, yeah, I suppose they do have weapons. And Goku does a cute little march to get his things, and he's like, cool, thanks for your help. I'm gonna go beat them up now. And of course, Suno and her mother, they think that he's just a little boy, and they're in for a treat because soldiers just appeared outside. And can I also mention, I like this dog soldier. He's like Shu if Shu is full-sized and competent.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be it.
Mm-hmm.
But he would never make me laugh.
No,
not like Shu, at least.
Yeah,
Like,
Shu's pretty great. Let's bring Shu back in.
Who else in the show so far got a bomb stuck to his hand?
There will be more bombs stuck to more characters, so just,
oh, really? Okay.
Yep. Suno's mother warns Goku to hide, and he says that he has to go to the bathroom because, Akira Toriyama just can't stop pissing, dog.
Mhm.
The soldiers kick the door open, they ask about Goku, they steal some soup, standard bastardly things. And the toilet
Put
flushes.
the whole spoon in his mouth.
The ladle, yeah, it wasn't just
The
a spoon,
ladle.
it was a ladle.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, he put it in his mouth pretty quick, so it looked like it was pretty small. But he slowly pulls the ladle out, and as he pulls it out, the bigger the ladle was getting too.
Yeah, it really cartoonily
that
stretches.
little hurt. Yeah.
I imagine it goes like a when it fully comes out. Yeah, the toilet flushes and danger shenanigans starts to play. And they just unload literally everything that they have into this bathroom door. They bust it so much that it just slowly opens to reveal Goku sprawled out on the floor, riddled with bullets like he was Hitler in Inglourious Bastards. But then he just fucking gets up and he goes, "Hey, is this your dad?" And Suno goes, "No, they're Red Ribbon." And he's like, "Cool, I'm gonna fight you now." And he just unloads this rapid punch-kick combo, flooring both of them at the same time before the dog guy could even shoot. He's getting even better. And Goku even counts, at the end. He's like, it was 6 punches and 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 4 kicks. He bursts off to go get the chief and then have lunch, so he's expecting this to be a short trip. And I guess it fucking is, because he is back within seconds. Because it's so cold.
After living in Minnesota for so long, I underestimate the cold myself sometimes.
I mean, I guess he doesn't have sleeves. I imagine his kung fu outfit is it's pretty light material.
Yeah. I sometimes like to drop off my little brother at the bus stop, and I forgot to bring my hat. And it was freezing, and I see my little brother, he has the face mask on, and he's got the winter fur hat that goes down on both sides of your head.
Yep.
It almost crossed my mind that I should just take it. But then the bus came, and then I was like, oh yes, let's go inside now.
So yeah, he's freezing cold again, and they have to heat him up again too.
Yeah, no, he came back frozen, literally.
Yeah, they had to redo the whole process. Suno's mother asks Goku if he even knows what's out there, and he goes, "Yeah, bad guys." Yeah, I'm like, yeah, he's so innocent and fucking dumb. And she also tells him that the chief is on top of Muscle Tower, which is the best name for a tower ever, and that nobody from the village has ever made it to the top. Suno also goes and gets Goku some new clothes, and I think this might be one of Goku's best fucking outfits in the entire show.
I really like this one. This was part of what I mentioned when I said character design and outfits and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got that blue jacket, he's got these pink gloves, and that dope-ass hat.
Mm-hmm.
And Goku doesn't know what snow is. I am so glad. So he busts off and he intercepts a bunch of soldiers that are making people dig through the snow. And he gets shot at. And I love this soldier's voice. And he sounds like South Park's version of Al Gore. He's like, "Hey, where do you think you're going, kid?" And I'm like, yeah, this guy sounds just dumb enough to not live.
That's what you meant.
Half man, half bear, and half pig. Yeah, that's my note for it. Yeah, Goku challenges them to a fight, and he just digs into the snow to get the upper hand, and he just pops out like a mole, and just starts taking all of these dummies out. He's an unstoppable machine right now. He's rushing these fools with his arms out like he's some kind of Naruto character.
Man, forgot. Does it get to the... No. Sorry. That's in the next episode.
I gotta say this one thing, though. The next soldier I saw was a bear soldier, and he was blue. I was like, I like this guy.
Oh, it's the blue bear from the toilet paper commercial.
Oh, the
The
Charmin
Charmin
commercial. The
bears.
Charmin bear. They had to get another job because the commercials weren't paying enough. The power pole comes back into play here and is bulletproof because Goku's using it to block every shot thrown his way
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. This
before
is where
slapping these fools out.
for some reason I thought that was in the next episode. No, he's literally pulling some Jedi moves as well. Yeah,
I think, yeah, that's a good way to describe it, where he's like kind of...
he's like deflecting the bullets with
Yeah.
his staff. Yeah.
Also, in a single motion, Goku thinks of a solution that never crossed my mind, and he uses the power pole to vault up the tower, landing higher up on it so he does not have to go through the main gate. Goku's dumb, but he's also clever. Like, he could have just busted through that front door. But no,
be honest,
he went up onto the
that's really funny because I
balcony.
actually expected him to do something like that.
Yeah?
Actually, yeah, because I don't know. I guess when I watched it, I just saw it, I was like, "Oh, hey, he did it." Because
the thing I expected him to do.
Because kids are usually pretty clever in situations, and then there are times where they'll eat rocks.
Yeah. Like Master Roshi would have eaten that rock. Oh wait, no, he wouldn't have. Okay.
No, Goku.
What? No. I'm not gonna eat that rock. I bet he could have though.
He could have. Does Master Roshi have a full set of teeth?
No, he does not.
Okay.
We see him with his mouth open, and he's only got like 3 teeth. Muscle Tower does not look very big in the wide shots, but I know it's much bigger on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I remember it being bigger. And before we know it, the episode's over. And I think the Dragon Ball recap really cut into this episode time for me. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I just wish there was more of Goku crushing the army in place of the clip show.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings us into our last episode, which is episode 36, Major Metallotron. And this was one of the ones that I recognized. I'm like, oh yeah, Major Metallotron. Fuck yeah. And I guess Sinnoh's house is just a straight shot from Muscle Tower. She's looking at it from her door, trying to watch Goku.
Oh no, I was just thinking about that region, that snowy area, where it's like an actual town in Pokemon, where everyone lives around the gym.
Oh,
and there's just one obnoxious giant building in the middle of the city, and then you have the houses.
You know what? That makes sense. Dragon Ball works on Pokemon rules when it comes to towns. Sure.
Okay.
I can live by
that. So now that you think about it, after playing Pokemon, that's what it made me think.
No, it makes sense.
No, and it reminds me of how Snow is trying to watch Goku do his shenanigans. Is how my grandma watches me back in the day as a kid. When I played in the snow, my grandma would just watch me from inside, and I would just be doing God knows what.
It's better than TV.
Yeah, I guess.
Goku makes his way into the tower, and it's clear from this point on that General White's going to be monitoring him the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And the first room is filled with goons, and these nobodies are going to get crushed so hard. You know that because they actually turn the attention away from the fight before it even begins to introduce a new character. A straight-up ninja dude named Murasaki, which is the Japanese word for the color purple.
Oh, really?
Yep, which makes sense because he's the purple ninja.
Oh, okay. I like this character more now.
Yep, you learned a little something new.
Yeah, because obviously if people have been paying attention with this military style, they've been going off of colors of names as well. Mm-hmm. Not just puns and not just food. There's usually a theme to how these people are. Yeah,
I'm glad that you picked up on that because I asked you a little an episode ago. As we go through, I'm gonna see if you pick up on the naming convention of these guys.
Oh,
so it's it's their position plus a color. So you have Commander Red, General White, Colonel Silver, and now you have Ninja Purple, essentially.
It's really simple. but I really like it.
Yeah. They go back to the fight, and of course, Goku can just dunk on these fools, but I really like when he takes out one guy with a knife, because he starts to reel back, they only had one drawing, so they just kind of slowly rotated it, meaning the knife, which is floating out of his hand, is also slowly rotating in the same position. And then they do the same fucking thing when Goku kicks the next guy. He just slowly before falling.
Oh.
And then the last dude, he's got a gun, and he starts blasting at Goku. But it's shown that Goku's using the after image technique that he used in the tournament. Just to goof on him.
It wasn't even like the one from the tournament. He just slowly just started phasing away.
Yeah. And then he shows it behind him, and he's like, missed me, and then he sticks out his tongue,
Mm-hmm. Because if I recall in the tournament when he did it, it was like he disappeared real quick, but it left it like a transparent form. This one, you just see him just going like from a solid color to like transparent, and then he just disappears. Yeah, he's literally just slowly disappearing.
It's a good dissolve.
Yeah.
So yeah, Goku takes out all these losers, and unfortunately, he takes off his coat because he's too warm inside now. So I guess, goodbye, cool hat. We hardly knew you. You're up there with Nam. Murasaki says that nobody's made it past the third floor guard, Major Metallotron. And we get to see him, and he's this big, wide Arnold Schwarzenegger looking motherfucker. Like, he's got Terminator sunglasses.
Oh, man, that's the first thing I noticed, too.
And he's even got, like, a little bit of an Arnie accent, too.
If there was no way, if they got Arnie wrong, I don't know, man.
And when I say that he was big, I mean, like, Goku doesn't even make it to his fucking knee. Like, Goku looks at him and goes, "Wow, you're huge!"
Yeah, that was actually the line he says.
Goku seemingly knocks him out with a single punch, but when he's all prepared to go up to the next floor, Metallotron suddenly gets up and grabs Goku between his giant Austrian hands and starts crushing him. And, like, you see all the veins in his arms start to bulge out, and it's disgusting. Goku manages to pop free, though, and he says, "That was pretty good, but it's my turn now," because he lives by RPG rules.
Mm-hmm.
And he kicks Metallotron so hard, he punches a hole through the wall and seemingly knocks him out again. But the second that his back is turned, his sunglasses shine like a red light behind him, and he gets back up. And Murasaki's like, "Nice." Like, he's into it. Like, I liked cutting back to General White and Murasaki because they're doing this, like, color commentary for the fight. They're like, "Oh, he's never lost a fight before. He's gonna do just fine. Yeah, get him with the special attack. Yeah, fucking, he's awesome." It's a nice little change of pace for these kinds of fights. And I think Goku's a little shocked because he cannot comprehend that he just can't knock someone out with a single punch.
Well, I didn't think of it too much because it's a big guy, you know. I was like, it's about time someone can at least take a punch. He just donkey kicked Colonel Silver. He just whacked all these goons with his stick.
Yeah, I think Goku needed a challenge.
But it made sense to me in a bit here.
Why all of this happened, yeah.
Yeah.
This gives Metallotron an edge as he clocks Goku into the wall with a nice bounce, and it leaves a dent in the wall. But before Goku can get stomped out, he dodges, and he tries to headbutt Metallotron. But when he knocks him over, he has to rub his head in pain, and he's like, "What is he, made of metal?" And I'm like, "Yeah, kinda."
That's the thing. I didn't know.
At what point did you figure it out?
Till he died.
Alright.
I wasn't thinking too much about his name. Metallotron? Metallotron? Because I thought he was just a big guy. Because, like, I didn't think he was actually going to be
the Terminator.
I thought he was just going to I thought it was just like a reference to Terminator with a big guy, you know?
Oh, no. This is like 99%, I'm sure this is like copyright abuse. As the
But
fight goes on, yeah, they're saying like, "Oh man, Metaltron's just getting fucking pissed off," and he gets up and he does a close cut of his face,
mhm.
and he just goes, "I'm mad." And that's the kind of joke that I absolutely love, where they're like, "Oh man, he looks pretty mad. I'm mad." You can't just announce how you feel. That makes me angry. And we get a peek into Metaltron's vision, and he's got fucking Terminator vision.
Yeah, I saw that too. I I still didn't pick up on it even after that.
Well,
Because I thought it was the sunglasses.
so he's like getting data in the sunglasses.
Yeah,
Okay, you
like
can still hide it.
Because like when I was watching this, my brain was turned off. But you know, the brain does the thing where you assume stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I was having it do that, and goddamn, my brain was assuming a lot, like filling in the gaps. You know.
Mm-hmm. What I liked about this was he's scanning Goku, and there's English text on screen that calls him an alien. And my question to you is, by this point, in January of 1986, when this chapter came out in Japan, do you think that Akira Toriyama had planned for Goku to be revealed as a Saiyan, which wouldn't happen until March of 1998? So that's over 2 years. Do you think he planned that out?
I think he did plan it out. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say because of what you said with the lore of the Dragon Balls, you know? Because if you said that was wrong, it means that, one, he changed his mind, or two, he was like, well, I didn't think I'd make it this far.
I think maybe that's a little bit of it. He doesn't like it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think that he did.
Okay.
Akira Toriyama does not like to plan things out.
Oh, okay.
Like he writes it chapter by chapter, essentially.
I see. That's impressive, then.
Yeah, it's really impressive that Dragon Ball was as successful as it was.
Because I guess, yeah, if you say it like that, off of his personality and like his habits and stuff, that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I had two options because you either change your mind as you go, or try to fix the lore, or try to correct it. Or you're just in that position. It's like, oh damn!
Yep.
I didn't think I'd make it. I didn't think it'd last this long.
I think he gave himself an out with the Dragon Ball, like the actual lore of the Dragon Balls themselves. I think he gave himself an out by being like, oh, it's a story, it's a legend, it might not even be true.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can definitely see that working when it comes to like, because when they set up that temple of the Dragon Ball, I shit you not, I went to a temple just like that.
It's real. I swear.
Minus the Dragon Ball. But you know, it's like folklore in the way where it's like you never really know if it's true or not, but it's kept alive. The lore is kept alive for a reason, you know. It's just part of the culture. Granted, I don't know if the culture of the Dragon Ball that we saw in these set of episodes are still there, or I don't know where the temple was.
Well, that's just it, you know. He did say it was an ancient story, so
yeah,
it might just be an ancient story.
Mm-hmm.
My next note is, wait, did Major Metallotron just vomit up a missile? And then a missile that explodes so hard it knocks a mug off the table at Suno's house? What is the scale here?
I love the pace that we went from ancient lore to
like that's how my notes are. It's just like wait, did this just happen? Like I was writing my notes and then I was like, yeah, and I looked back up on the screen and that happened.
Oh no. It was just funny because we just in my head we just smash cut it to just him just
it was a smash cut. He's just like, okay, time for my turn.
Oh man.
Also, this is where they casually drop that Major Metallotron is, in fact, a robot, if you haven't figured that out yet. And he's just standing there, gloating at the hole in the wall, giving the peace sign, and he goes, "Victory. Victory. Victory. Victory." Of course, Goku survives this. And he sets up for a Kamehameha wave and straight up blows off Metallotron's head. Like, Goku could have killed a man if he wasn't a robot.
No. He's prepared.
Like, he prays in respect. Like, he thinks that he killed a man. Goku, he pays his respects to Major Metallotron, but even death will not stop Major Metallotron. He gets up and immediately uses a fucking rocket punch, and it just kind of bonks Goku in the face. Like, it doesn't, like, do the big impact that you expect it to do and knock him flying. It just kind of goes, boom, and it slams him into the ground.
Not the shriek striking noise.
Yeah. Murasaki's into it again. He's like, very nice. And Goku's freaking out by all of this. Like, Metallotron keeps attacking while chanting, "Destroy, destroy, destroy." And I think it's exciting not to see Goku in control of a fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's freaking out. He doesn't know what he's fighting.
Like, he's seen robots, but he hasn't seen a robot like this.
No, he's not. He hasn't seen the most humanoid type robot yet, but he's fought every other type of robot that he thought was a monster.
Yeah. Major Metallotron gets Goku to bleed at this point. Like, that's an achievement. Goku tries to stab him with the power pole, but just kind of pokes sparks out of him and doesn't really do anything. Thankfully for Goku, the second power pole poke gets into the hand and it blows up his arm for some reason. And there's a part of me that was like, for whatever reason, I thought that he'd break the power pole. Like, he's just so tough that he breaks the power pole. But then I remembered that there's an episode coming up, and I think it's the next set, where he uses the power pole in a really good way, so it needs to stay intact. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember what it's used for. Oh, this is going to be a good episode. I always like saying stuff like that, because then you're like, oh shit, okay, what's the next one going to be?
Yeah, I remember the biggest one was when I was like, how far does the pole extend? And you just started choking up. It's like, oh, you'll find out in the next set of episodes.
Oh yeah.
And then I remember my reaction was, well, I didn't think it would have gone that far. It was like,
I believe your reaction was no. I always love planting these little seeds, and then you go like, "Oh, that was the thing." It happens in a way that, like, we've kind of seen it happen like this before, but it gets taken to the next level in a way that I'm a big fan of. So
just a little quick run back. He took the rabbit man to the moon,
and the moon was destroyed.
The moon was destroyed.
Jackie Chun blew up the moon. That happened.
Do you think Goku understands the concept of space if he doesn't know what snow is?
Nope.
Or do you think he just sees the moon? He's like, oh, it's just a giant rock in the sky. Let's just put him up there.
I think he sees the moon and he says... I think he sees the moon, and in his little monkey brain he says, yeah, that's obtainable. We can go there.
Big rock.
Big rock. Big rock, flying sky.
Then again, he should be looking at the full moon, but it's not like he'll be seeing it anytime. Anytime soon. No more.
Nope.
No more night walks. No more night gazes.
Jackie Chun has done a reprehensible thing. That's a great line. God, you see, this is what I wanted. Like, you've seen now 36 episodes of Dragon Ball, and now you're thinking back like, oh man, wasn't Dragon Ball great when this happened? Oh man, I love this part of Dragon Ball. And I'm like, yeah, isn't Dragon Ball so fucking good?
It's a fun series. I really like it.
Yeah.
It's not too serious at the moment. It's a good change of pace, because I'm used to watching a lot of animes that are pretty serious, or where I have to frickin' use my brain, you know. We're not even done with this episode yet.
Yeah, no. The Major Metallotron fight continues to go. Like, after Goku blows up his arm,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he thought that would end it, because he just gets squashed the second that his back is turned. Like, he has not learned anything from this fight. And, like, when he gets squashed, he gets flattened, like, in a really, like, Looney Tunes way, where he has to kind of... He gets kicked. And when he hits the wall, he's got, like, the, like, his legs are there, but, like, his entire upper half is just this mush. And then he pops back out. And Goku is pissed, and he has had it with this fight, and he busts out a Goku staple of headbutting. But he is upgraded to punch through Major Metallotron's chest, and I need you to understand something. Okay? Mm-hmm. Goku doesn't really invent his own techniques that, like, stick with him. He just kind of masters other people's moves. Like, he invented the tornado attack, but he's not going to use that, like, ever again, I don't think.
That was probably the only original one that we saw in the tournament here.
Yeah.
He took the shadow step, the phase thing. What is it called again? I forgot.
The after image.
Yeah, the after image. He took the the Kami.
The Kamehameha wave. Yep.
Yeah, the Kami wave. Well, I mean, what else? I can't think of anything else. Actually, I wanted to ask this earlier. Does Goku ever use a gun?
No, I don't think he does.
Okay, I was just wondering.
I can't think of an image of Goku with a gun that isn't been photoshopped. But yeah, so you're right. He's got the after image. He's got the Kamehameha wave.
What else? I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Like he's a good learner of style and technique, but he does not do a whole lot of original. He has the rock paper scissors technique that he learned from Grandpa Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
And but this move is his shit. This is Goku's fucking move, and I wish he did it more, because it's so unga bunga in a way that I adore. Like, he just headbutted and punched straight through that dude's chest. Like, I know he does it at least once more in Dragon Ball itself, but if it happens more often than that, like, I'm gonna point it out, because it is one of my favorite fucking moves that he does. And, like, I know that a lot of people are like, no, GT isn't canon, GT's never, like, was never good. There's one scene at the very, very end of GT where Goku, in a Super Saiyan 4 form, fucking punches through the main bad guy's chest like this. And I'm like, yeah! It's his finishing move! So, yeah, I'm going to point it out anytime I see it, because that is his shit. However, it does not look like it works this time, so Goku starts prepping up another Kamehameha wave, but right before he's about to sling it out, Major Metallotron just powers down, and Goku goes to check. And he does these, like, quick 2-frame punches and kicks, and they have, like, the coconut bonk sound. He goes like, bunk, 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 bunk. And it's fucking good. And they're like, what? Why isn't he moving? I guess his batteries ran out. We changed them last spring. Goku only won because Major Metallotron's batteries were old.
I don't know how I feel about that. This is probably the strongest robot that's been in the series so far.
Oh yeah, he's...
But then it is freaking Arnie, you know?
You know, the Terminator wouldn't stop.
Yeah. I would laugh in the future if he comes back to get Goku.
And he said, I'm back. That would be epic funny.
Because if you're going to go this far, borderline copyright, you might as well pull out Arnie's, like, iconic I'm back.
If he was to slowly power down and, like, warn that he'll be back, I think that would have been a nice way to cap it off. But, you know, maybe they were flying too close to the sun at that point.
Maybe.
Goku gives a quick look around, and then he runs up the stairs before anything else can happen on that floor. And that means that Ninja Murasaki is going to have to go next, so he rushes to defend the 4th floor, which ends our episodes this week on a nice little cliffhanger. I'm excited to see the ninja fight after a robot fight. I don't know about you.
I'm not sure what to expect because if it's a ninja, you'll just see ninja stuff unless he has like some type of like magic. I
Ninja
don't know.
magic.
Yeah, like ninjutsu, there's not too much you can expect from a ninja, right? If you've already seen enough anime, right?
Well, you can expect a Dragon Ball ninja, which means ninja shenanigans.
Okay.
There's a part of me that really likes this arc for having so much going on. Like,
Mhm.
there's a lot of variety. If you don't like something, it won't stay for long, so you can try something new. But the
Yeah,
downside to that is if you do like something, it won't stay for long either. So,
that makes sense.
like, I liked Colonel Silver. I thought he was cool and methodical and a nice change of pace. But now it kind of seems like he's been kicked out of the army, and now General White's kind of the guy. And it's like, okay,
Hmm.
well, I still like him. He's brash, he's loud, and he wants
Yeah,
results.
he's the opposite of Silver, but he's a general for a reason, I guess.
And compared to last time, I think I really like this set. We got
Okay.
good Goku action, a change of scenery, good fights, and the only part that I didn't really care for was the Dragon Ball recap. And hello, recapping Dragon Ball is my fucking job.
Okay, I enjoyed the recap because it threw me off because I forgot what happened. With the amount of it went from Goku just sitting there to just quickly cut into pure chaos. And then it goes back to Goku's like, "Oh yeah, that happened."
Oh yeah, my friend wished for underwear, and then Sano's like, "That's a dumb fucking wish." So yeah, what did you think of this set?
I really enjoyed the first two
Mm-hmm.
due to the setting with the monkeys, due to the
Chimps.
cool scenes. Yeah, the chimps. For example, when Colonel Silver asked for the sniper rifle, the rifle.
I think Colonel
I know
Silver
that.
has a lot of just good shit. Like anytime he's
Yeah.
on screen, he's like, he gets stuff done, and so
Hmm.
I think that's a reason why you like him.
Hmm. But when we got to the snowy area, the last two episodes, I still like this general because he's kind of contrasting Colonel Silver in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also like that one. He's like that one character I kind of enjoy where you don't. He doesn't care too much. You don't really fuck with him either.
Well, he's at the top, so we have to assume that he's up there for a reason.
Hmm. But I wouldn't be surprised if he falls to a donkey kick either.
If he also just gets smoked super easily, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me
Yeah,
either.
yeah. I don't know. I just don't. I don't have too much to say about these last two episodes, though. It was fun seeing Arnie reference.
Yeah,
It blew my mind that it was a freaking robot at the end because I thought it was just a person. Like,
I do think that these last two episodes that we saw, there was a lot of not necessarily filler, but like it was pretty low stakes because it was just a bunch of nobodies
mhm.
kind of getting started until you got to Major Metaltron. Yeah, there was no chance that any of these guys were going to do anything to Goku.
Especially when Goku. But these sort of episodes, I think probably I've seen Goku the most frustrated and irritated. If not, when his stuff got stolen.
he's getting put through the ringer a little bit in this arc where yeah,
Yeah.
he had his stuff stolen. Now Nimbus is fucking dead. He got blown up. He got frozen. He was in a plane crash.
Yeah, like he's going through hardships here. He's out of his comfort zone.
Hmm.
And I guess that's a nice way of training, It's like what Master Roshi said, the training of life.
Yeah,
He's
life
experienced
experiences. Yep.
yeah, he's experiencing it all. So that's why I'm not completely throwing out these last two episodes out the window because I see the value in them in some way.
Hmm.
I see the value in them. And is this the last time we're going to be seeing like any of these characters too, like Snow and Snow's mom and all that?
No, Suno is here for a little longer. I know that she comes back in some other capacity.
Okay.
Even in GT, they made reference to her, so
Okay.
she's not forgotten, much to my surprise.
The reason why I like to ask if these characters ever come back is to see how long they survive in the series.
Snow comes back in minor roles, bigger than you would expect for. Like as we continue on the series, you're gonna find that like, oh, there are characters that are introduced and then kind of tossed aside pretty quickly. So the fact that Snow actually appears in several episodes kind of shows that she's more important, I guess, in the director's eyes than some of these one and done people. Like that the fucking street urchin with no name, he doesn't have a name, or the shopkeeper who just got fucking smoked. Like, who cares about those assholes? At least Snow has a name, and Snow has a purpose moving forward.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just my curiosity,
Mm-hmm. For next time, we're going to be tackling episodes 37 through 40, which is Ninja Murasaki is coming, and ending off on horrifying Bouillon. And I remember Murasaki.
Bouillon.
I do not remember Bouillon, if that is any indicator of what's going to happen next time.
Bouillon.
Bouyon. Bouillon. And a little housekeeping. I just want to be transparent about all of this. I got a new job, which is a good thing for me, but it also means that Goku or Go Home is going to be changing. How? Well, I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm playing it by ear for now, and I'm guessing currently that I might not be able to get episodes out every week on Friday. You mean you put episodes out weekly on Friday right now? Shut up, other person who's not me. What I mean to say is Goku or Go Home might air on another day, or it might be bi-weekly. It's too early to tell how it's all going to kind of fan out with my new schedule. Things are a little crazy during this changeover period, so I just wanted to air that out, and it might just take some time for it to get comfortable again. Just wanted to say thank you for your patience and your support. And I know that these episodes are long and hard and often have balls dangling in our faces, but I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Seriously, nothing about being long and hard and having balls dangled in our faces, Phoup? You disappoint me.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about the monkey tits.
Oh, okay. They were pretty distracting. You know what I'm saying. Anything else you have before we're closing out?
No. Just want to say thanks for always tuning in with us, guys. I really do appreciate it. Especially when my brain capacity is always depleting as these episodes get longer.
You go in expecting nothing, and you're still left, completely, what? Well, if that's what it is, you're all set?
Yeah, that is it.
Well then, if that's it, then this is Big Sloppy signing off. And I gotta make a Big Sloppy, if you know what I'm saying.
Please end the episode now.
No, why didn't it cut out before I said that? No!